Have you ever walked into a room and you've gone, whoa, something's gone on in this room. I can just feel it in the air. Yeah, and you think it's your gut instinct. Well, we know now that there are lots of receptors in your paranasal sinuses, and also just found on your skin that detect the chemo scent of those in your close vicinity. Again, going back to hunter-gatherers, it was very adaptive for humans to understand the stress state or the emotional state of the clan. Because, if you're still sitting there, like whittling sticks or foraging, and then one of your clan members looks up and sees a saber-toothed tiger over there and goes, and then lets out this pheromonal alarm signal, you don't have to go, hey, everybody run. And so it was a very adaptive way to keep us safe. But also you can infer people's intentions and emotions, happy, sad. Do they have nefarious intentions? Are they attracted to you? Do they want to hurt you? So humans are very, very good at picking up these things, but we pick it up on a subconscious level. And it's literally millions of data points that are hitting us and we're getting processed through our olfactory bulb. And that's
really nice.
Yeah. And so we're getting this intuition. And so you should always listen to this because it's not like just woo-woo science. It's woo-woo, it's actually science. And so what was I talking about? Yeah, so understanding how other people's emotions are highly contagious. We call it emotional contagion. And so this is what I teach a lot in sport, with executives, with leaders. You really need to understand that what you bring into a meeting will be contagious. It's like a virus, it will spread. And with athletes, they go, if their coach has just had a fight with their wife on the phone and they walk in, and they're in a bad mood, and athletes are very good at watching the faces of their coaches, and they're like, it must be about me. What have I done wrong, right? And that their performance will go down. Or if you're a leader and you walk into a meeting and you're in a shit mood, you just spread that amongst the team and they'll become more defensive, less innovative, less creative. They're less likely to share. And my research I did recently with Harvard professor Amy Edmondson, we found that sleep deprivation, those leaders who were sleep deprived, had lower ratings of psychological safety within their teams than those who weren't sleep deprived.
And what does sleep deprived mean?
So it means 60% of your sleep needs over 2 days. So that's about if you're only getting 3.5 hours for 2 or 3 days, that's sleep deprivation.
Per night.
Yeah. And you think you can get away with it, you can't. And my research has shown that it really does affect your team. So, understanding that there is another level of communication going on with humans that we're not like conscious of, but we do get that feeling. You should very much attend to that.
You're talking about the Internet of Things in a human being. So we've got all these sensors around our body, on our skin, in our nose, our eyes, ears, smell, taste, etc. That's our Internet of Things. So we've got data sensors all around our world. And then all of that data gets gathered and goes to our brain, and then the brain then does something that goes into administration and starts making us get into a certain state. We've got to stop being so instinctive in our responses to the way we live our lives and start to become more logic-based by having a better understanding of how all these things work. Because
it depends on if you're not like what's your operationalization or definition of instinctive?
Well, some people just work on instinct, and they walk in a room. There's an instinct about there's a
should I invest in that person? Or not? Yeah. I think that life is so complex now. It's so sophisticated. There's so much that not one human neuron can ever hope to understand, and so we need to use, I don't know, Chat GPT, systems that are better at logic than us. And I don't think there's like one's good and one's bad. I think we should absolutely use a hybrid model in the way we function. Like in some environments, you should be maybe more logical. In others, you should be more instinctual or emotional. And that's what emotional intelligence is. That's what it is.
Is emotional intelligence, though, understanding what your emotions are telling you?
Or it's like today's not the day to be using like purely emotional data. Today, I actually need to look at some spreadsheets, you know. That's what emotional intelligence is, knowing the value of it, that, you know, where's the assets? Where is the most advantageous line of inspection?
To some extent, like Instagram and all the organizations, they're always playing with our emotional intelligence to some extent in that
A/B testing us all the time.
All the time. Yeah. And they're feeding us what we need to see.
I think it's bad. Like I say to my teenage kids, they'll come out with something, I'm like, oh my God, what algorithm have you hit? Like, come on, get off that one.
Yeah. In the case of your teenage kids, arming them up with the logic of how they're living their lives.
Yeah.
So that, like, giving them proper understanding in a sort of really mathematical sense, how your brain and body interact in relation to things that you might be reading. And because for me, Facebook, Instagram, all those things, their game is to understand you as a user better than you understand yourself.
Yep.
And to nudge you into places they want you to go and starve you.
They'll predict your behaviour even before you know you're going to do it.
And
it's quite terrifying.
Feed you what they think you need.
Yeah.
And starve you of what you don't need.
Yeah.
Which means you don't get a chance to see anything broader than what you need.
Yeah,
which
that's
means
precisely why I like I was in the States and I was watching Fox News one morning and then CNN the next morning.
Just to stuff them up.
Just because I mean
the opposite ends of the spectrum.
Absolute opposite ends of this, and it was like diabolically, like so different, diametrically opposed to like these truths. Was just insane.
Neither one of them's the truth.